Let's talk about greatness that was on display last night from Diana Taurasi, who reached 10,000 points, first player in the WNBA to achieve this feat. We already knew she was the WNBA's all-time leading scorer, but now she also has hit the milestone of 10,000 points. And I don't know that anyone in that top 10 is even going to catch her, Kelsey. What did you make of the White Mamba last night?
Let's be honest now. We were all anticipating this moment. And I think we were all, I mean, how are you not a fan of Diana Taurasi, a woman who continues to get it done in her 40s? So truly proving that age is nothing but a number. But to do it in this fashion, that she surpassed that to the highest level, giving us a 40-piece, a 40-point game. And I think everyone, you can see the excitement there. I thought something that was so special, embracing her teammate, Brittany Griner, after the game, that was so special. And of course, prayers with BG and her mental health. And that all continues to hopefully build back up for her. But Diana Taurasi, I mean, I remember watching her now growing up, right? I mean, watching her at UConn and then 2004, #1 pick, and just seeing her career continue to elevate and her be able to do something that, as you said, Nat, not many can do. And we've seen her greatness. We know she's been a 3-point leader. You talked about it, her being a scoring leader. We know she's been a leader in scoring in the playoffs. So DT just continues to set her own records, break her own records. And I think she just continues to bring the fun of women's basketball and the WNBA. So all in all, it was a great moment. I love seeing her get her continued shine on social media. We need more of that. I love seeing her trend, and I'm just looking forward to continuing to watch her as long as she'll give us, Nat.
Yeah, can we go back to the graphic with the top 10? But that list, there's not Tina Thompson is not an active player. She's 2,500, more than 2,500 points behind Diana. The only active player right now is Tina Charles, Tawana Bonner, Candace Parker. I don't think any of them are catching this. So if someone is going to ultimately break this record, it's probably going to be one of the younger, players who are not even yet in this top 10. This is remarkable.
She's incredible. Like, look at the names that are on this list. I mean, these are superstars. But again, Diana Taurasi in a class of her own when it comes to this. And even if you just watch her story, how she started at UConn and really having to earn her spot, and really just proving like hard work does not go unnoticed. It does not go unwarranted. And that hard work must always continue. So I think she gave this Mercury Scott, obviously, some spark, something to be excited about. I know there's other things happening that we'll touch on as well with that organization now. But all in all, this is her moment. I think this is going to be something that she always remembers. I love that WNBA Commissioner Kathy shouted her out, as well as really having the privilege, Nat, to watch her illustrious career. I mean, we're in for continued treats with Diana Taurasi. I was all in for the countdown this week. I was so excited for Thursday night to see it finally happen. I just think it's something that we'll all always remember as WNBA basketball fans.
Yeah, you know what I did not love, though? I did not love, and a lot of people on WNBA Twitter were tweeting about this. I didn't love the comparisons to LeBron James and the men. And Lexi Brown even tweeted about this because she's like, can we just have like one achievement where it's not compared to the NBA? I'm paraphrasing her words, but I mean, it's sort of ridiculous at this point. Like, we have enough WNBA history. We have enough women, and the achievement stands on its own. There's no need to compare it to anything that LeBron did. It's just, I don't know, like we got to do better in covering the league and in covering their accolades and their achievements. It does not always have to be, compared to the men. And now we know, because sometimes you think it's just the fans complaining, but you see it. Lexi Brown, an active player, saying, I wish they could acknowledge an achievement without mentioning the NBA just once, please. Diana Taurasi actually spoke about that earlier this year in comparisons of the women to the men. And so, like, stop it. Like, it's not needed. Learn about the WNBA, learn the history of it so you can compare it. And being that she's the first one to reach this milestone, there is no comparison. So there's many ways to talk about this accomplishment and this achievement without bringing up the NBA. So we in the media, all of us, this is to all of us, we have to do better.
Yeah, it's like, let us have our own. And I think essentially that's what they were saying. Like Diana Taurasi, she did this as a female athlete in the WNBA. But as we always know, society always loves comparing us to our male counterparts. And, I think the other side of it, though, Nat, I think they were trying to say, obviously, like, I think they're trying to say there is no gender bias or barrier for her, like for her to do this. I know they compared her to Jordan's game that he had when he was playing with the Wizards as well, Nat, when he had a 40-point game towards the tail end of his career. But all in all, I think the women players are right. They did what they did in the WNBA. Let that stand. Let fans maybe make those comparisons. But us, the media, as you said, we don't need to do that, because all in all, she deserves her moment, her right to shine. And it doesn't need to be tagged in or pulled in with anyone else's. Because let's be honest, if a man does the same thing, Nat, I don't think the stat folks really go quickly to the WNBA and try to make that comparison.
No, they don't.
So why, when it's the other way around, you're so quick to do that, right? I think that's what we're saying. Come on now, stop with the hypocrisy.
They don't. And our friend of the show, Chris Williamson, he pointed that out. I love that tweet. This is why I love Chris and his allyship. But he was like, I don't recall seeing a tweet about Diana Taurasi, because she was already the WNBA's all-time leading scorer when LeBron got that all-time record. I don't remember you guys pulling him up and comparing, him to her. So it's like, don't do that. Stop it. Stop it. You're feeding into the idea that somehow they need to be like the men. But if you're not doing it in the reverse, then you're not really representing, the gender equality you think you are. So just let's be better. Shout out to Diana Taurasi. Congratulations. Incredible accolade.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.